Hi YouTube, from Fat to Fit here, Siggy here saying hi. I am a day late, yes, I apologize, everything's falling, sorry. Um, I apologize about that, and there is a good reason for that, but I do deserve some credit. I have been videotaping my journey every single week, so I am trying to be consistent, and that's part of what I'm trying to accomplish here. Okay, so today is actually Friday, October 30th, 2015. I was going to say 19 something. And it's a Friday, and I normally do my tapes on Thursdays. So basically, I want to explain to you as briefly as possible that I probably look it, but this week has been hell for me. And I think I came and went back to hell at least 2 or 3 times in 1 week. And this past week felt like I lived an entire year. What happened? Well, for the last 2, 3 weeks, I have insomnia. I have insomnia anyways, but my insomnia has gotten worse. And I take some medication to help me sleep. I take some Ambien. These are on the lowest dosages: Ambien, Klonopin or clonazepam, and trazodone. And I am supposed to take Elavil or amitriptyline, but this is what I did. Okay, so last week, which was week 29, no, I'm sorry, week 28, October 22nd, I came to you at 196 pounds, which is an 80-pound loss from week 0, where I weighed in at 276. Let me just review my stats for new timers. If I bend down one more time, this is going to be a very obnoxious video, but I'm going to do it again. I am a 54-year-old female, about 5'6". I had the vertical sleeve gastrectomy done on April 9th, 2015, which was on a Thursday, and that's why I do my videos on a Thursday, with Dr. Robert Casillas from Kaiser Permanente in West Los Angeles. And my heaviest recorded weight was back in 2006. I weighed in at 294. And this week I come to you at 197.3. So last week I was 196. So this week I'm 197.3. So that's a gain of 1.3 pounds. Now, I don't know if you believe me, but I'm telling you the truth. This past week and one day, I've seen the scale go down to as low as 193.6, which I was flabbergasted. And yesterday and the day before, it was as high as 199.3, struggling to stay in Wonderland. And that's what I'm fighting for at this point. So what happened was, my husband's birthday is today. Happy birthday, Mark. And he is 61 years old. He was born in 1954. And Wednesday we went out to celebrate because he is on his way, or probably he's picking up Sammy, and they're going to go to San Francisco and spend a couple of days there. So I'm sure he's going to have a nice time. And so what I was trying to say is, so we went out Wednesday night. We went to Benihana, which is one of our favorite places. Just love it. We go to the one in Encino. And the original owner, I think, passed away, and so there's new owners, so things are a little different. You know, it's never the same when it changes, but we still like it. So, so I ordered the cheapest thing on the menu, which also happened to, I think, have the least amount of food. And it comes with like an onion soup, which was really strong this time. Usually it's very light, so I didn't really like it as much. And they have a little dinner salad with the greatest dressing. Benihana dressing is unbelievable. I've tried to create my own, and I would suggest just buying it. And so soup, and then you have to wait, and the salad, and then you wait. And then I ordered a chicken breast, and it comes with some mushrooms, onions, and some squash. And you get rice. You have a choice of getting fried rice, or white steamed rice, or brown rice. So I didn't have lunch that day, and I knew that I was hungry, very hungry, and so I said, I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to have brown rice, and I had to pay a little extra, but I thought it was worth it. So I couldn't finish the entire meal. I had to take some home, which I finished later at night because I was hungry again, and that's what happens when your stomach is smaller. You don't eat as much, but you get hungrier quicker, if that makes any sense. So because I ate later that night, the next day I think I was at 196 when I went out to eat, and the next day I was like 197, and then it went up to 199, and I believe, I may be wrong, but part of the reason is I never have rice because it's carb. I think the rice, and I had a little soy sauce on it, so I think that contributed to it. And also, the reason why this week has been a week of hell is okay, so I had terrible insomnia, and I was in a lot of pain, and I was taking my meds instead of once at night. I was taking them twice at night because I was getting up after 4 hours of sleep, and I couldn't sleep. And when I stay up at night, it's not for 20 minutes. We're talking about hours and hours and hours, and I always do things, and I don't lay in bed. That just doesn't work for me. I have to keep busy. So even with taking the second dosage, I still was not able to sleep. So what happened? What happened was I ran out of my meds, and I started going through detox. And let me tell you, it was sheer hell. I think probably getting off heroin is easier than what I went through. So I think my last medication was either Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm going to lean towards Tuesday. So when there were like 2 nights that I couldn't sleep. So what do? Pretending like I'm a pharmacologist, I looked online, and I do take Neurontin for neuropathy, diabetic nerve pain, and it also helps with mood, your mood disorder, but basically for that. And so I did some research, and they said that it can also be used for anxiety, maybe insomnia. So I took, I usually take 2 tabs at night, so I took an extra one, so that made it 3. And then it helped me a little bit with my pain, but then I waited a while. I'm talking hours, not just a few minutes, and I couldn't do it, and then I took another 3 more because I was really having terrible withdrawals. And it put me like in a state where it was very surreal, and I sat out on my porch, and I was looking at the full moon for like 2 hours, and I was going through a very surreal experience, not to my choosing, but out of necessity. So so I didn't sleep. And this is going to be so long. I can't, see, this is why I can't get into stuff, because I can't stop once I start. And that's why I try to just stay with the numbers. So I was doing cleaning, and I couldn't sleep. And then to make a long story short, I was very emotional. And the point what I'm trying to say is my last menstrual cycle was September the 5th, 2015. And today's October the 30th, so I have gone 25 days without my period. So I think I have started menopause. And it's about time. And I also think that my weight loss has triggered my hormonal changes. I really do. Because if I was as heavy as I was, I probably would have continued with my period because of the estrogen levels would be higher, because when you're fat you produce more estrogen and stuff like that. So on one hand it's good, but on the other hand it's not. And if you produce estrogen into your later years, you're more prone to get uterine cancer and breast cancer. So it's really a good thing that this has kicked in, but it's not, because it's sheer hell. And I wake up with so much pain, and I speak to you now, I have so much pain in my back. I feel like I'm going to give birth. I feel like I'm in labor. And you feel like you have bone cancer. It goes down your spine. It's kind of like a T formation down your back. I really can't explain it. It's tingling. It's just insomnia, cramping. It's just the worst. And now I see why women call it the change. And I understand why there's so much literature on menopause, because it's huge. Now, for some women, it's not a big deal, and for me, it has been personally debilitating. That's how bad it is. So I'm just trying to manage through the day, and my goal, I want to lose weight, but I understand that I'm going through a change, and I've read from different articles that when you go through menopause and postmenopause, that's when women start collecting fat around their abdomen. I already had mine, so now it can only get worse. So there is weight gain with menopause. Some articles say 10 to 15 pounds a year. I don't really know. Everybody is different. So I was freaking out, because that means losing weight is going to be that much harder for me, because I'm fighting my hormonal makeup. Okay, so any of you women who are at my stage of life, it's a double whammy. So I was detoxing, going through changes hormonally, and trying to lose weight all at the same time, which is not easy to do. So today I'm 197.3, and I was like 197.1 like for 2 days. So I'll take 197.3 over 199.3 at any time. So my goal is to get back down. And my true goal is to wake up in the morning. I check my blood sugar every morning, and this morning it was 88. So as much as I want to and need to lose more weight, what's even more important for me is that my blood sugar remains consistent, it remains within the norm, and I prefer it on the low side to the high side. There were a few days, because I hadn't slept and I was really out of it, that it went like to the 90s and 100, and now 100 is high for me, whereas when I was on insulin and whatnot, 100 was a low number. So it's so interesting how things change. So I am going through a tremendous amount of pain and insomnia. I got my medications in the mail. They helped, but they don't help with everything. It's not a complete solution. So I'm thinking of going to speak with my OBGYN, and I spoke to my neighbor who is a physician. Actually, she's an anesthesiologist, and she has been wearing the patch for the last 20 years. And she's 10 years older than me, so she's 64, and she doesn't look 64. And she was sitting there, and she said, as I sit here right now, I do not have any pain. When I heard that, I said, you know what? I'm doing what she's doing. Okay, I got to do what she's doing. And she's now working out with a trainer, and she's trying to lose her middle area. Guess what? And it's not easy. And so I'm trying to reorganize my house. I'm trying to downsize. I'm trying to minimize. I'm trying to declutter, because my husband says with a cluttered house you have a cluttered mind. And my neighbor, the physician who came over, she says that my house is super organized compared to hers. She has 10 times more clutter than I do, and she wants me to direct her. Look at that. Okay, So it's all relative.